Hey team, welcome to the Builders Ladder podcast that the top residential building company owners and general contractors listen to get their business ahead and buy back their time while earning more money. Here's what's in store today.
Are you set up to smash 2025? Are you ready to make next year the best 12 months of your life? A lot of building company owners out there are either in feast or famine mode at the moment, constantly go through this up and down, do the work, and then get the work, and it becomes this roller coaster. Word of mouth is hope marketing. I hope that we're going to get a lead that leads to a job, and hope is never a good strategy to rely on building your business, feeding your family.
We need to have a process, we need to have a bit of a machine, and to build that machine is building out your marketing 10 by 10.
Exactly.
10 strategies that ideally can bring you in one lead each per month so that you get 10 leads a month and you can pick and choose from the type of work that's coming through. You're even in a position of power and you can actually go, not a problem, if this isn't for you, then that's cool. I've got 9 more leads to quote.
The Builders Ladder is brought to you by The Professional Builder. Get proven systems and expert coaching to reclaim your time, make more profit, and build a systemized, profitable company that buys back your freedom.
All right, welcome to the Builders Ladder with Marty Amos and
Owen Chambers. Lovely to meet you.
see you, my man.
How you doing?
Great to meet you.
Owen.
Marty. All right, so it's coming up to Christmas. There's going to be a mad rush to get stuff done. Are you set up to smash 2025? Are you ready to make next year the best 12 months of your life? Do you have the workflow coming in? And not just do you have the workflow, but is it profitable kind of work? And I think a lot of building company owners out there are either in feast or famine mode at the moment.
Yep.
And it's thinking, no matter what mode you're in, you constantly go through this up and down, do the work, and then get the work. And it becomes this roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I think it's, how can you smooth out the lumps, make sure that you have profitable work and that you actually have a marketing machine that educates, nurtures people, and a sales process that converts consistently, as opposed to just relying on word of mouth, because word of mouth is hope marketing. I hope that we're going to get a lead that leads to a job, and hope is never a good strategy to rely on building your business, feeding your family. And it's when the tide goes out that you see who has a great sales and marketing system that allows them to get booked out with great work on a regular basis.
Yep, bang on. So we're going to cover off a couple of strategies on this. We actually did a podcast episode a couple of months ago on a marketing 10 by 10. And I want to unpack a few more of those in detail with you. But before we get into that, 2 things. First is kind of where people are at, and the second is how you should kind of look at marketing. So, your marketing machine is kind of like the machine that should build fame and fortune for you, right? So fame is like the branding piece. Like, do people in your community know who you are? Do they see you around all the time? Do they know what you're all about? What's the brand recognition like? And what do people say about you when you're not in the room, right? And then the fortune piece is the performance marketing piece. It's if I put X dollars in, how many dollars do I get out? If I were to put a Facebook ad up, how many people see it? If I put a ad in the newspaper, how many people call my phone number? If I put my email on my vehicle, my site signage, how many people do I get getting in touch with me?
Exactly.
So,
I think one of the best things that you just said there is marketing is math.
Yes.
If you're in America, it's math.
Exactly. Yep. So we want to invest into both, but to do both, we need to have a process. We need to have a bit of a machine. And to build that machine is building out your marketing 10 by 10.
Exactly.
10 strategies that ideally can bring you in one lead each per month, potentially.
Yep.
So that you get 10 leads a month and you can pick and choose from the type of work that's coming through. So you can make sure that you're not dropping your price just to keep everybody busy, but you're even in a position of power and you can actually go, look, not a problem. If this isn't for you, then that's cool. I've got 9 more leads to quote. You might not say it to their face, but it's kind of the frame and the mentality that you can have.
Yep. And turning that, when you do have a flood of work and when you do have great deal flow coming through, it allows you to be choosier for your clients. It allows you to increase your margin. Like if you're booked out at 20%, and you're booked out for 9 months, you can start pricing the next projects at 22, 23, 24, and then you start winning some of those at 22 and 23%. Mm-hmm. It allows you to pay your team more, attract better talent, take greater care of your clients, and build a greater business that delivers the kind of lifestyle that you want to have.
Exactly, 100%. High margin businesses win, and high margins businesses win because with those higher margins, they can invest into people, process, service, like clients, all of the above. So not everybody though is ready to buy right now. What are the numbers and how should people like kind of think about this?
Yeah, so typically only 5% of people that are ready to buy now. So you could ask 100 people who are standing in a room or out on the street, are you ready to buy a car?
Yep.
And there might be 5% of them that are like, yep, I've been looking, I'm ready to buy something as soon as I find something that meets my criteria. Or you could talk to 100 people on the street, ask them if they want insurance, and 5 people out of that 100 will be like, oh my God, this is perfect timing. We've just been looking into our income protection. Let's chat.
Mm-hmm.
Those people we want to put straight through your sales process. So we want to qualify them, want to put them through, educate them about your business, make sure that we're answering the key questions that they have. Who are you? Who's your company? Can I trust you? And how specifically can you help me? And then make sure that we're taking them through from problem aware, discovery, and then we're coming into their evoked set. So evoked set is who are the 3 or 4 building company owners that have the criteria or the qualities that I'm looking for the biggest investment of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that we are offsetting or overcoming any concerns that they may have. So they're going to have 5 key concerns. And those key concerns are around budget, quality of work, timeliness, communication, and trustworthiness. So we need to show them everything on how we work with them. And we want to make sure that we are covering off their concerns. So this might be our guarantee over and above the master builder's guarantee, for example. And that could be, you've got some great examples of guarantees.
Yeah, I mean, it usually wants to be paired with the project that you're doing. So for example, for renovations, people might be moving out of their home and into a rental property for the duration of that build. So they might really want to know that we've got a set move-in date. And we might guarantee that you moved in before set move-in date, excluding variations, or pay you $99 a day for every day that we're over. Now, it might sound like a lot, but if you were to look back at your previous projects and go, how many days were we over timeline, excluding variations, and it might have been on average, I don't know, 15. That's $1,500, right? But
Exactly.
you're probably able to deliver that project at a margin that's more than going to make up for that.
Exactly. It'll increase your conversion rate, it'll increase your margin, and just with your team, you'll get better processes in place because you don't want to be paying out that $1,500.
Exactly. Potentially another guarantee could look like, again, using the renovation example, you got small children and you are living on site during the build. Maybe we have a guarantee of no nails left around. And what we do is every day at the end of the day, the team go through and we tidy the site. So we've got an impeccable site on every an impeccable project, and there are no nails left on site. And for every nail that you find, that's $10 into the charity fund that we donate to a charity of your choice at the end of the project.
Perfect.
There's a bunch of ways that you can approach
no
this.
No swearing on site, no radios, no yucky things, no loud noises, no dogs.
Yep. You typically want to identify your guarantee against the big concern that the type of project that you're doing usually has when selecting a builder. So we've used examples here today around renovations, but you could find some for new builds, like potentially an escrow account or something like that, like holding the money in a trust account, or it could be something else for transportables or whatever kind of projects you do.
Exactly. So then if we put that 5% through your sales process straight away, the next key step is the 25% who are interested, but might be 3 to 12 months away from doing a project. Now, this is a great opportunity. This is where the gold is, because most building company owners don't do anything to A, capture these leads, and B, educate and nurture these people. So these people have got they've got these 5 concerns, and they've got those 4 key questions that they're wondering if you're the right company for them. So we want to address those by educating and nurturing people. So this is going to mean drip feeding to them a how we work with you video.
Yep.
It's going to be drip feeding out case studies and testimonials. So we did a villa renovation just like yours. Bob and Mary were in this situation, and here's what we did with them, and here's the process that made this successful. Then we want to overcome their concerns. So we might show them These are the people that are going to be on site. Here's our 287-point quality assurance checklist that our team go through. Here's the profiles of our team members and the foreman who's going to be on site. We're then also going to drip feed them out how we work with you. These are how variations get signed off. It happens each week, so there's no nasty surprises, and it'll be better for your cash flow than at the end. And we're going to lead them down a pipeline or a slide that goes from broad about our company to more specific about the projects that we've done to then more specific about their project and overcoming their concerns.
Exactly. So in this nurture phase, we want to build real know, like, and trust. And a lot of this nurture stuff that you're going to create or you're going to do in this stage for this 25% of the people that come through is what you're going to pick up and put onto your website and pick up and put onto your social media. So from the marketing 10 by 10, it's the know, like, trust strategy. And it's doing that by answering really clearly the 4 questions and the 5 concerns. So you've covered the 5 concerns already: timeline, budget, trustworthiness, quality, and communication. 4 questions: who are you? Who's your team? How can I trust you? And how can you specifically help me? Right? What we also want to do is build disclosure and story. So disclosure is where, there's usually a bit of an asymmetry. Trust is an asymmetry. So and knowledge. So like you as the builder will know a lot about building, but the client probably won't know a lot at all. So for me, it's like going and buying a car. Personally, I actually don't know a lot about cars. I know there's questions I'm meant to ask when I buy a car, like what's the cam belt and things like that, but wouldn't have a clue what the answer is meant to be, right? And for other people, that's just them.
Nothing electric. That's the answer.
Okay. And for them, they know nothing about building. So they're immediately on the back foot. They got their guard up, they got their walls up, and they're not very trusting. So what you want to do is to build trust and to help them lower their walls is you want to disclose. The more that they know about you, the more trustworthy they are of you and the more open they are to be educated. For example, again, if you know nothing about me, you're probably not very trusting of me. But if you know what my wife's name is, where we live, what my interests are, that I enjoy, ultra swimming, and that I've been to Montenegro, and that I do that, and that my favorite food is a pizza, and that I'm okay with pineapple on the top of it, and
favorite film, The Notebook.
This guy. Then there's a lot of disclosure that I'm giving. People feel like they're in far more control because they know more about me, and then we're in a position to build a lot more rapport. So in that nurture phase, you're wanting to disclose as much as possible around your team, around your company, around what you do and how you do it. So who are the names? Who are your preferred partners? Who are your trusted suppliers? What projects have you done previously? How long have the team been around for? What were the concerns that previous clients had, and how did you satisfy those concerns? Not just, we were great at doing the job, don't worry, but this is our quality checklist. This is our escrow account. This is how we manage cash flow. This is how we price jobs independently with the help of a QS, things like that.
Exactly. Make the invisible visible. So show your process. And we're trying to educate people prior to their build on 4 key things. So your product, type of work that you've done, any awards that you've won. Your process. So what are all the steps? How do variations get signed off? How does project management work? What happens prior to move in or move back in? How do I get code of compliance, etc.? Your people. And that's to do with not just who's going to be in the house, but who is going to be dealing with my project during the time. So is the marketing manager going to be coming once a week to take photos and get a video testimonial at the end? Maybe the owner's not on site, but he's in the office, and should anything untoward arise, he's going to be there as the backstop to make sure that it is solved. So we've got people, product, process, and the lucky last, price. And so if you do not educate people on those other 3 key aspects, then guess what they will focus on?
They'll dominate the conversation with price.
And it will solely be about price. So we want to make sure that we're covering off price, people, process, and product.
And what you want to do when thinking about your marketing through this lens is you want to educate on those 3, your process, your people, your projects, right? Or your product. But when thinking about price, you want to reposition it to think about it via budget, okay? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about price. It's about whether their scope of works matches the budget.
Yep.
right? Because you're the builder, you're not the financier. You're not here to finance the job for them. You're here to build the project for them. So if they've got dreams of building a $2 million project, they need to have $2 million. Or alternatively, they need to reduce the scope of works. Like
Exactly.
yeah, that's those are the only two options we got, right? You can't be building that for them or financing it for them. If you're struggling to fill the pipeline with marketing, then first lens you want to look at this through is what areas do you need to focus on? Do you need to up the specificity? Do you need to improve the disclosure? Do you need to answer the 4 questions and the 5 concerns? We want to be selling and taking you 5% of the people through the sales process, and you want to be nurturing those 25% of people that are wanting to in the information search phase, right? It's the law of large numbers. If you don't have enough people that are looking to build right now, then you need to expand the pool of leads that are coming through so that 5% of those people are inquiring and are looking to build, right? Or the 25% are filtering through into that 5%. So again, you want to revisit marketing 10 by 10. You want to pick 1 or 2 strategies that will work for you, start with those, and over time expand them out so that you've got 10 marketing strategies that are working for you, generating you 1 lead a month on average, so you got 10 leads to pick and choose from. The marketing 10 by 10 is below. You can download it, pin it out on your wall, or ask a question in the comments and work out what strategy will work best for you and your situation for the type of project that you're doing, because you should start with just 1 or 2 and then expand from there. And if you want a hand identifying those 1 or 2, then let us know and we can answer those questions for you. But yeah, any final words on the marketing, Marty?
Yeah, it might feel a little bit overwhelming or maybe daunting on where to start. And if you're unsure about that, then the best way is to just pick something that's low cost, get started. And I think the biggest thing is the how. How do I actually do this? And the easiest way is to create the vacuum, hire someone for 10 hours a week, whether it be an agency, a marketing student, a virtual assistant, and start executing.
Yeah.
You don't have to know exactly the right steps, but all you need to do is to start, and then you'll start to see wins and you'll be able to course correct and start getting great results. And if you want some resources, depending on what it is, from site signage to local geo Facebook targeting to referral programs, we've got these for you. All you need to do, we're happy to make them available to the industry to help everyone out. Mm-hmm. All you need to do, just comment below or drop us a like, comment what you'd most want, and we'll make that available for you.
For sure. Nice. Awesome. Thanks, Marty. Have a good one, and see you guys later.
All right. Cheers, team.
Want to go more in depth on today's topic and buy back more time whilst earning more money? Get a free business health audit and plenty of free resources over on our website, theprofessionalbuilder.com.